The taxman cometh to Capitol Hill, the new IRS chief on a very hot seat today. This is Special Report. Good evening, I'm Brett Baer. The nation's top tax collector is never going to win any popularity contests, but new acting IRS director Daniel Werfel could not have picked a more difficult time to take over the beleaguered agency. He spent much of this afternoon answering for past sins, namely the targeting of conservative groups and lavish spending on employee gatherings. We have Fox team coverage tonight. Wendell Goler will have the political ramifications of the IRS mess. But we begin with Chief Congressional Correspondent Mike Emanuel and today's congressional testimony. Good evening, Mike.
Brett, good evening. Members of Congress want people held accountable following the targeting of conservative groups by the IRS and lavish spending. The new acting commissioner promised action as he admitted damage has been done.
These failures have undermined the public's trust in the IRS's ability to administer the tax laws in a fair and impartial manner.
Acting Commissioner Daniel Werfel, who is charged with reviewing targeting of conservative groups at the IRS, faced a House Appropriations Subcommittee.
The agency stands ready to confront the problems that occurred, hold accountable those who acted inappropriately, be open about what happened, and permanently fix these problems so that such missteps do not occur again.
Though Werfel is new on the job, the subcommittee's top Republican said he wants answers for the conservative groups that received extra scrutiny.
They were harassed, they were intimidated, they were bullied. And this went on for almost 3 years and no one spoke up. We know that, but there's a lot that we don't know. And it's time for the IRS to come clean.
There's also heat about spending at the IRS, with the Inspector General due to report the tax collection agency doled out nearly $50 million on more than 200 employee conferences from 2010 through 2012. And more than $92 million in bonuses were given to IRS employees since 2009. Ahead of the hearing, the Appropriations Chairman said it's time to tighten up on the agency.
We will, among other things, probably have to put them in a straitjacket and make their funding conditional on them complying with the requests of the Congress.
Transcribed interviews conducted by the House Oversight Committee with Cincinnati IRS employees revealed they were not acting unilaterally targeting conservative groups. An employee told investigators, quote, "It's impossible. As an agent, we are controlled by many, many people. We have to submit many, many reports, so the chance of two agents being rogue and doing things like that could never happen." Crenshaw says that sounds credible.
It's hard to believe that these are just a bunch of rogue folks in Cincinnati that someday decided, hey, let's just go give extra scrutiny to people that have a conservative political philosophy. That's hard to believe.
And those employees in Ohio say they're being scapegoated. Quote, "I still hear people saying we were low-level employees, so we were lower than dirt," according to people in D.C. So take it for what it is. They were basically throwing us underneath the bus.
Lawmakers pressed Werfel to see if he is ready to for heads to roll at the IRS to clean house. He says he's not taking anything off the table, did not guarantee firings, but says he will hold people accountable. Brett?
Mike Emanuel live on the Hill. Mike, thank you. The president